Hey guys, Tapan Sharma here, and this is the second part of our tutorial on integrating Fortify into our Laravel 8 application. So in our previous video we talked about how we can integrate Laravel Fortify into our application, and we also implemented the basic authentication functionalities like registering and logging the user into our Laravel application. And in this tutorial we are going to be talking about the password reset functionality and the email verification functionality using Laravel Fortify, and by defining our own custom views and then implementing these two functionalities using the package. So as mentioned here, first thing we need to do is in order to implement these functionalities, we need to mention what kind of features we want to implement. So in our config, so into our Fortify config file, we need to mention these features. So if we want to implement the reset file password and email verification functionalities, we need to enable these features. So what we can do is, I'll just copy these two lines for the reset password and email verification, and then go to the config folder, and in there we have a fortify.php file, and I'll do is I'll just copy these two files. So okay, these two features are already enabled, so our reset password and email verification functionality. So we need to make sure that we have these two lines in order to enable these features. And our next step is let's go to our password reset functionality. So the first part that we'll implement is resetting the password, and it is mentioned here that we need to implement this in order to reset our password. So request password reset link view. So this will generate all the route and all the other features that we need to implement that. So what we can do is we can go to our Fortify service provider, which is located in the providers folder, and we can just paste that in our boot method. So make sure that we are including that into our boot folder. And our next step is so all the routes for the forgot password and email verification features are already implemented, so we don't need to implement all that. The only thing that we need to do is we need to send a post request to the forgot password route, and then Fortify would take care of everything else. And okay, we are checking the requesting a password reset link. So what it should include is it should include a single input field of type email. So then Fortify will what it will do is it will send the password reset link to this email. So we need a form for sending, for inputting the email, and the name will be of email. And we can also include a session for notifying our users that an email has been sent to their email address. So we'll implement that. So what I've done is I have created let's go to our views folder, and I have created a reset forgot password and reset password page. So in our forgot password page, what I have done is I have created a simple form. So the method and action will implement that by looking at the documentation, and it consists of a simple form for inputting the email address, and the name is email. So as mentioned in the documentation, we need to include this. So the name should be email, and let's also include the session, include the alert for notifying our users that an email has been sent. So I'll just copy that and paste it here. So if we have a session of status, then it will, so Laravel Fortify will generate that session and then display it here. So we don't need to do anything, we just need to include that. And let me just align this as well. And our next step is let's copy this route and include it in our action. So the action will be forgot password link, and the method will be of type post. And we have an field for email address where the name is email, so we need to include that. And since we are resetting the password, so Laravel Fortify will make use of the mail label class. So we also need to go to our env file, and we need to set up the mail trap. So what I've done is I have opened up my mail trap account, and I'll just copy these two fields, the username and password. And for some reason this is not copying, I don't know why. Okay, my mouse is not working. Okay, I'll just copy this, and which is the username, and the password is this. So make sure to make an account on Mailtrap and then copy these credentials. It's free. And let's also include a mail from address, otherwise it will give us an error. So sumemail@gmail.com, this will work fine, and we don't need any other fields, so our configuration has been set. And now in order to reset a password, what we need to do is we need to go to this forgot password link. And since I already created the folder in our since I already created the Laravel application, we have the project here. And since we already created the application in our previous part, so in this so I'll just go to the browser and paste that link. Okay, forgot password, and returning the view. Okay, we also need to implement one more thing, that is in our Fortify service provider. What we forgot to do is we should go to auth.forgotPassword folder, auth folder, and forgot password blade file. So I didn't implement that. So we have a forgot underscore password, so I need to remove and include underscore there. So I think now it should work fine. And let's go and reload our page, and now our form is here, and the action and post, everything is set. So, and we have also set up our mail trap, so I think it should work fine. So let's go and input our email and click on send password reset link, and now it should send an email to our this mail address and should return to this page with an info of an email has been sent to your email address as mentioned here. And I think okay, we have received info here that we have emailed your password reset link. So let's go and check our mail trap, and we have received a new password reset notification a few seconds ago. Let's click on that, and okay, we have a button for reset password. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this, and okay, one more thing that we need to do. So up to this it is working fine, and we also need to follow the documentation for more functionality. Like in order to reset the password, what we need to do is we need to implement this. So Fortify reset password, and after we click on that reset password link, where should we go? So in order to configure that, we need to implement this. So reset password view will return a view for auth.reset password. So I'll just go and copy that into our not this, so Fortify service provider, and paste that here. So auth.reset password. So I've also created a reset password file, and it basically should consist, okay, as mentioned in our documentation, it should consist of a email field, a password field, and a password confirmation field. and it also should consist of a hidden field of name token, which will consist the value of our request route token. So the value that we receive from our route, we also need to send that, so that we can compare whether our token match or not. And we can also include this session here. So if the password reset is successful, then it will show an info that the password reset was successful. So now, since we have already implemented this, now we need to implement our reset password blade file. So let's go and check our reset password blade file. So it consists of a field for email address. So as you can see here, for email address, and we need the name for this as email, and we have a field for password, and the name should be password. And for the confirm password, we need the name for password, confirmation. And let's also define the action and post, action and method. So the method should be post, and the action should go to reset password. So it should make a post request to reset password route. So let's just copy that and paste that here. Since and our email address, password and confirm password fields are, we have defined them, and we also need a hidden field for with the name of token. So the name should be token, and the value should be the token, that the value that we receive from our route. So how can we get that? So we can get that by using our request class, and we want the input from the request with the name of token. I need that. Okay, we can do that like that and save it. And as mentioned in the documentation, everything should work fine. And what happens after the if the password reset was successful? So Fortify will redirect it back to the login. So what we can do is we can include that into our login blade file. Okay, let's go and include that into our login.blade.php. So what I've done is I have included a file called backend.includes of flash messages. So basically all the types of alerts we can display from here. So I've defined everything here. So according to the type of message, it will display the background color. And okay, now according as per our plan, everything should work fine. So what we can do is we can test that. And okay, I need to copy this reset password link, and I'll paste that into our browser here. And we have a reset password page. We will go to the reset password page with a token and an email. So hit enter, and we'll check if we have any errors here. Now we get a reset password view. So now we can include our email here, the password, so the new password for our email address. So I'll just keep it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and click on reset password. And for some reason I think we are redirected back. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this flash message file and paste that in our reset password blade file, paste that here, and it should work fine, but for some reason it's not working. I think again, name, email, ID, type, autocomplete, name, password, password confirmation, and password, and an email, password confirmation. Okay, let me just copy this and paste that here, and let's also check our action. So you should go to post reset password. Let's try once again. Click on reset password. And it is redirecting us back. Okay. Please check the form below for errors. Let's go and check our database. And we have a password resets table. And what we can also do is we can include the errors file. So I also have an errors file here. So all the errors that we have will be displayed using this file. So what I can do is I can go to the reset password and also include that. And let's also check our database. So we have john@gmail.com with the value of token, and for some reason it is not working. john@gmail.com. and once again click on reset password. Okay, the token field is required. Now we are getting a value here, name equal to token, value equal to request input token. Then why it's not working? Name equal to token. That's the email value, password field, and a hidden field named token. So we have a hidden field called token. Input type hidden, name equal to token, value equal to request input token. So what we can also do is we can cut that and paste that at the bottom. And let's also diagram this request input token, so to check whether we are getting the actual value or not. So paste that and reload it once again. Let's remove this. Okay, we didn't item that. Okay, null. So this was the problem. Request input token. So it should work fine, but we had a small mistake here. So what I did was I used request class here, but the actual value was route. So the route input token, we will by implementing this we get the actual value. So what I did was I just diagram that value and we can get the actual value here. So let me just reload that once again and show you. So we have the token here. Now we need to send that into our value field. So I'll just copy this and and paste that here. So not request input but route input. Make sure to implement that and delete this, save the file, and now once again reload the page, and now everything should work fine. So john@gmail.com, password 123456789. okay, I made a mistake. Okay, it's fine. Click on reset password. The moment of truth. Okay, we are redirected back to the login, but we didn't see any success message. I think we didn't include that was mentioned here, so we should have included this session here, session status, and we didn't have that. So I think everything worked fine. Now john@gmail.com, and the password, I'll just remove this, and 123456789. Click on sign in, and we are redirected to the home page. So our password was updated successfully, and this is how we implement the reset password functionality using Laravel Fortify.